Leo, welcome to your Celtic cross reading. What's up? What's going on? Show me Leo, please. What's going on for Leo? I do hope you enjoyed your full moon. What's going on, please? Show me that Leo energy. Celtic cross, old school tarot. An excellent opportunity to deep dive into those collective energies and see what's going on with us spiritually, mentally, emotionally, 3D practicals as well. It can be one continuous story or different subject matters that pop up. I never know, yeah? So take what resonates, leave what does not. And sometimes I will occasionally see an outside energy. They are not the star of the show. Your collective energy is. So I will touch on it in as much as it makes sense. But again, it's not about a them or they, all right? Having said that, reverse energies as you see fit if it comes up. What's going on, please? Show me Leo, show me Leo. And in that sense, these are general collective readings, so it may not resonate at all. Frustrating as it is, and it is. Also normal. Check your other placements. You will find yourself in there somewhere. Show me Leo. What's going on, please? For Leo, we are now day 2, day 3 of rain. Lots of rain. So much rain. My local walkways and pathways for cinnamon have been flooded. So she's, poor thing, has got a lot of pent-up energy. She's restless, poor thing. I know it. But it's good. It's good for the garden, and she has to learn temperance as much as anyone else does. What's going on, please? Show me Leo. Show me Leo. Goodness. What's going on, please, for Leo? Show me Leo. Okay. Starting, page 1, little guy, challenging, 6 of Cups. Got a challenging connection here, just a little bit. Okay. Above you, that's around you, influencing you. Excellent. The High Priestess, very good. I want you to tune into that. Recent past, Ace of Wands. Exiting the 3 of Cups. Before you, King of Wands. Okay. Interesting. That's you. So that's good. It's nice to see you. Something that you connected or reconnected with is on the exit. Okay. Let's keep going. Strengths, King of Swords, strong mind there. Environment, 3 of Wands. It kind of feels like you're in an interim of waiting. Hopefully that's waiting with purpose. We'll see. Okay, hopes and fears, 4 Cups. Will I always feel like this? A little bit of sadness, downness, depression. We'll see. Outcome, Tower, change. Something's happening. Where it might seem like you're in a place of stagnation and you have reference points for action and non-action. You have reference points for being interested and not interested. You have reference points for connecting and not connecting. And it kind of seems like you're in this area of what next? Something's happening. I'll help clear up these energies just a little bit. It's not too congested, but it's hopping around. Okay, I'm going to see what's up with that. What is going on with that Page of Wands? Little guy, Page of Wands, you know, your page. Says hi. That's pretty much what he does. A little bit of nerve. Just a little bit. Not too much. Not overbearing. Just a little bit of nerve. A little bit of spark. A little bit of vivaciousness. You know? Of all the pages, he's the most bold, as you might imagine. Let's see that Page of Wands. There is a feeling in you, possibly to be open, but you're like, that connection, though, Christina, is so darn challenging. It's so darn challenging. Okay, what's up? Talk to me, Ghost. Yeah, 5 Wands, 7 Swords, the Fool. You've thought about opening up to something that's important to you, 6 of Cups. I don't presume to know who that is. It's whomever you have a unique connection with that is defined by soul bond, soul tribe. Soulmate is often what we refer to in terms of those romantic connections. It may or may not be. It's whomever you have a unique flow with and you're currently at odds with. And I mean current, like super current. The Fool, you've thought about opening up, just saying hi, something. But then you remember that you're pissed off with it. So I'm not trying to laugh at you, but the translation is incredibly direct. You're like, well, I wish I could feel good about that connection because sometimes I want to talk with it. Sometimes I want to hang out with it, but they're such a jerk right now. And you're like, I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And you can't make me. I'm not trying to make you do anything, honey. I'm just reading the energy. You have to ultimately do what's right for you at the end of the day. That's all any of us can do. But yeah, you're saying you don't want to deal with any arguing. You would love to open yourself up towards it, but you're also like, I don't want to argue with it. Because that's where it's going to go, Christina. It's just going to go straight into an argument. Otherwise, I'd be happy to say hi to it. And the 5 of Wands, 7 of Swords, literally the definition there is, I don't want to deal with any argument. You know, there's going to be a fight. There's going to be words. There's going to be feelings, you know. Anyway, you're like, otherwise I'd be fine to open up towards it. All right. So you got beef. You got beef with a soul bond, eh? All right. Let's take a look-see. Now, again, the soul bond, guys, outside of that romantic context that it's often associated with, the soul bond is like that person's different. They're supposed to be. They hit you different. You hit them different. It works both ways. It's equal. And it's supposed to leave an impression on you more uniquely and differently than you're used to experiencing other people. Otherwise, you wouldn't learn anything. The odds of you learning an important lesson or having an important influence in your life just when you need it, so on and so forth, go way down without those extra special connections. Okay. And so that, sometimes we disconnect. It's been time. It's been years. We have arguments. We have fallouts just like every other person we meet. The difference is that the Six of Cups, when we're at odds with it, disconnected from it, or at a distance from it, it's chafing, it's irritable. Why? We don't understand it. Our energy tries to reach out towards it, and then we catch ourselves and we're like, no. Yeah. All right, what's going on? Anyway, let's stop talking about, let's take a look at this connection here. Let's see that Six of Cups. Let's see that Six of Cups. Nine of Swords, the Two of Swords, the Ace of Swords. You're saying there's a whole bunch of stress, like a lot of unresolved stress, issues, and facts when it comes to this connection. You're saying that's a big part of where the tension comes from. You're saying in order to engage, I'm not sure how else to put this, but in order to engage with this connection, you'd have to be willing to clear up points on both sides, and you keep going back to that. I don't want to do it. I don't want to clear up the points. I don't want to clear up confusion because it could start an argument, or it's going to take me to weird places, or it's going to make me mad, or there's just some I don't want to talk about. And you're like, in order literally to engage with, they're going to want to know stuff. That seems to be a really strong point for you. They're going to want to talk, deep dive, poke and prod stuff that I don't want to deal with, and you keep coming back to that. They're going to want to dig out the truth, and you're saying that's not the place you want to be. There's times where you naturally feel like you want to blast open towards it, take a risk, say hi, and then you're like, but they're going to want to talk about that and this, and they're going to want clarification on this stuff. There's actually some things knocking around in you too that you want clarification on, but you're saying it's not enough for you to try to open up towards this. You're saying it would cause ultimately more tension than it would serve a purpose. That's what you've concluded for now. That doesn't mean it's a heavyweight point. Mind you, all this is writing off the back of a page. And that page can only carry so much weight, therefore have so much insight, and therefore have so much ability to readdress this. So what you convinced you know now may shift and change, okay? Particularly as you're going from a page to a king. So, in other words, your points of view on this particular subject and how you're kind of determined to not engage with it for reasons we've already discussed, they make sense to you now. But things are going to flow in such a way that suggests perhaps more insight is needed. And I kind of agree. So there's what you know now that has satisfied your decision-making towards the Six of Cups now. Would I be surprised if they changed drastically or quite a bit as we go along? Absolutely not. That page, they can be so convinced, those pages, but literally the definition of the page is that they're the smallest representation of their concept. In other words, they have a lot of room to grow and recognize things. So while your initial reaction is, fuck you, I don't want to talk about that stuff. Otherwise, I'd say hi to you. So that might be your point of view now. And don't be surprised, obviously, if that shifts and changes. Okay? Just FYI, I think I have an idea of where that might be going. Because your intuition's here. It's floating around you. Right? Literally, it's your influence every day. I can tell you're Leo who prizes the fact that you're intuitive. You say it's with you every day. You pull it out your pocket every day. You have a certain feel of direction every day. So that tells me you got spider tingles about this too, despite what your page insists it already knows. Let's do it. Let's talk about it. Show me that High Priestess, please. Show me that High Priestess. Show me that High Priestess. Show me that High Priestess. We'd have to talk and chat about things to do. Okay. Ten of Swords. Ace of Pentacles, that's where it's coming from. Intuitively, you know that this sensitivity is coming from pain. Okay. It's coming from pain. Otherwise, I think you would have a better feeling about this. There's a sense of pain here, betrayal, or you hurt me. And that's why, even though you have that inclination to sometimes open up towards this, you're like, I can't because betrayal's here. It hurts me. whatever. Because there is a big chunk of your intuition that's also saying, yeah, Leo, that's true. But also Ace of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. Literally, the energy is available for you to put something into this if you chose. So there's the part of you now that seems to be small, pissed off. I don't want to learn any more about this than I need to. And there's the other part of you that's bigger that says, yeah, but we could put something towards this if we wanted. I think you're showing me I have reasons to call this a loss. I have reasons to call this a loss, Christina. Get over it. I have a reason to call this a loss. I think that's what you're trying to tell yourself, because technically you're correct, but it's not what you actually feel is the conclusion for this. I don't think you're ready to write this off as being done yet. I think what you're experiencing is a temporary inflation of negative feeling plus negative thinking, and you got hurt. But your intuition saying, I could do something about it if I wanted to. You. Yeah, that's the part of you that's a little more correct. Yeah, I'm just saying, I just know that Leo temperament. That's why it makes me smile. Oh, I know. And you intuitively know too. You feel it. You're like, yeah, I could do something. I don't know who that is to you. I don't presume to. But you got the goods and the skills to figure this out. But you kind of have to get over your owie here. And that's if you want to. I can't make you do anything. I'm just saying you don't know everything there is to know either. I hate to be that guy. Yes, I see your process here. I can tell this is temporary inflation. It looks like temporary inflation. I don't know how big of a tiff this was. I just know that even while you want to convince yourself there's no point, there's an ending here, it doesn't really feel like an ending, does it? There's pain. There's confusion. There's things you'd like cleared up. But I respect that energy. If I get involved with this, I'll just make it worse. It's just, I'm not convinced you actually feel that way. That page is rocking too much. Let's see that Ace of Wands. Let's see that Ace of Wands is in your recent past. What's up with that? That's your master symbol, which is good. The Three of Cups, I'm not going to, which, by the way, I forgot to mention. I won't clarify all these. Some of them are just really, really straightforward. I can see it's been a minute since you've connected with this. Three of Cups is on the exit. It's been a while. So I just don't need to clarify them all is my point. All right. Page of Cups, Ten of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles. I know. Okay. Fair. That's fair. That's fair. You can go ahead and push back on me. That's fair. I'm still saying I'm pushing back on you because this isn't done. But yes, it's a fair point. I'm not saying it's not, honey. I see your Ace of Wands. You're saying, I tried to fix it before. It was hard. I know. And yet I'm insisting that this isn't finalized yet. You're saying I did it. I had a look. It was another page handling big business. Now, you're saying I gave it renewed effort before in the past. I did. Mark my words, Christina. Mark my energetic effort. I want points. Put it down in the notes. I want it in the footnotes. I want credit. Put it on the bill. I want receipts. Give me my credit. Okay, here's your screenshot right here. Okay, you tried literally working through this in the past, and you said it was too hard. You gave it a shot. You tried a little bit. You tried a little bit to keep your heart open towards it, but you're saying the actual output was too hard. The ask was too hard. Trying to constructively rebuild this with somebody, and yet here's your intuition sneaking past your sense of pain and this hurts. You could up the offer. You could deliver it too with the Knight of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. So that effort to try to fix this in the past, was it your best effort? Because I'm going to tell you that Ace of Pentacles is much bigger than a Ten of Wands than an Eight of Pentacles attached to it. I'm just saying your intuition keeps telling me, Leo, there's more here we could do if you wanted to. All right, Three Cups, like I said, that's obvious. That's on the exit. Oh, yeah. The Spirit's a little cheeky today. Page of Swords, a little bit of insight. Not wanting to look at that too closely. All right, let's jump on over here to the King of Wands, your bridge point between. I'm not poking at you. I'm not laughing at you. I'm really not. I'm pointing out the obvious, and that's if you resonate. So if it's not your obvious, then it's not your reading. It's no big deal. Let's see that King of Wands, please. Show me that King of Wands in your near future. Now, that's you. That is absolutely you. Let's see what your more developed Leo self is actually saying. Let's see that King of Wands, please. Temperance, the Moon, Chariot. Yeah, that's Leo. That's Leo. I told you. I just know you guys. All signs, all elements, all cards have pros and cons, because you cannot, by the laws of nature, the universe, and whatever else you want to call it, cannot have one without the other. I know that Leo energy, that flash in the pan. I'm pissed off right now. Right now. And I might be tomorrow. And I might be in a week from now. But I reserve the right to change my mind. Yes, you do. And that energy. When you are your more developed self and your natural King of Wands energy, when your passion's on point, your sense of direction's on point, the confusion comes down, the temporary negative emotions come down, you feel like you're back in possession of yourself, and then you move it forward again. This is what Leo does, okay? You still have your territory to protect and your domain to protect, if you will, and your connections are no different, okay? So even while you might get pissed off with some of those connections and those folks in your territory, your domain, your life, if you will, you still ultimately feel that you are connected to them in some way that says, I still see and feel how I can put myself into this because I want to, not because I have to. That's the King, Queen of Wands advantage. They will often do things because they want to, not because they have to, because they literally feel it's right. So I see you putting forward a proposal to move forward into a state of healing. It's being pried out under your moon. It was there this whole time. This is what happens when we allow pages to handle our business. All right, but when we get into full possession of ourselves, which you did, here comes Temperance out from under the moon. This specifically the Strength, the Chariot. You're like, I can't fix it. I can't say a way forward. No. Don't even try to convince me. I don't have to convince you. I knew it was here. So do you. What do you think this was? What do you think your opening was? You don't just read the sentences, you also read what's between the lines, honey. The blank spaces have as much in them as the actual words do. Your blank spaces told me a lot more than your words. Okay? Anyway, that Chariot in the direction to move forward was always there. It was just under the moon. Okay, I guess we can make some space for healing. I'm giving you shit because I'm not, well, but it's in a fun, playful way. I hope you understand that. If you're familiar with my work, you know what's up. For those of you new, I could see where you'd be offended. Sorry to tell you, but also not sorry to tell you, this is how I am. My name's Christina. I'm a little different. I have a personality. My collectives know me, and that's it. Those are the energies I work with, the people who know me. Okay. Yeah, no, I want what's best for you. And what was best for you was here this whole time. Okay? That's the conclusion you're arriving to. So I don't know who this is to you, but once your Chariot comes out the moon, you see that the driving force to move towards healing in this, and therefore yourself, was always there. Now, how that healing, okay, takes place within you and then therefore around you, that's up to you. When you meet that out, when you're ready for that, when you're ready for that particular movement, you acknowledge it and start acting through it. That's entirely up to you. I just know that you'll be moving into that space relatively soon. This is good for you. Okay? That's absolutely beautiful. I'm happy to see the forward momentum is coming out of their moon and that you do want to head in the direction of healing. Turns out, after all, yes, I know. All right. King of Swords, in your strengths. Let's move on over to this particular deck. I forget the name of it. It's absolutely lovely, but it has a ridiculously fussy name. Okay. I love it. I wish I could remember what the heck it is, but it's so ridiculously fussy. Why can't you just name your tarot deck something very simple? Seriously. All right, let's see that King of Swords. And for those who's like, oh, you don't list your tarot decks. No, I don't, because I have a lot. You add oracles on top of that. Yeah, there's a reason I don't list them all. It's because I have many. I would have to, what I will do one day, now that I have a little bit more time, I will, of course, create that video short something about my top 10 whatever favorite tarot decks. I will absolutely do that. That I can do quickly. And then you can see for yourself. All right, let's see that King of Swords. You have a strong mind. Literally your strength, strong mind. Let's see that King of Swords, please. No, I have no doubt. Strong will, strong determination. Okay. 4 cups, 5 of wands, the 10 of swords. Oh, there it is. Yeah. I can see it with your strengths. We're kind of playing against you a little bit here. Your mind from the logical point of view, not the intuitive side. Remember that 10 of swords? When did we last see that, folks? Ladies and gentlemen. That last time we saw the Ten of Swords was over your intuition. Your intuition was telling you what it is you could do. But your pain, Ten of Swords is now over here, your brain was telling you, nope. No. No. So this is what happens when we allow our mind to handle matters of feeling and intuition. Our mind's going to do what it does and twist things up. Now, don't get me wrong. We need logic. We need rationality. I say it all the time. Intuition and intelligence should live side by side. They are not mutually exclusive. They are not enemies. They're supposed to work like this because there's things you must know. Otherwise, you're stupid. Okay, that's it. You need logic, reasoning, rationality. But you also need to be in touch with your intuition. And I can see where this particular situation provoked a great deal of sensitivity, pain, confusion, and therefore it kind of turned you against your intuition about how you could approach this if you wanted to. And I see you getting back into your natural state of grace of energy to actually listen to yourself. Because now I'm seeing this beautiful energy and the willingness to relax around it and make some progress in it where your mind is like, you. My mind told me so. That's what we do with pain, the mind says, for this Leo. My mind's telling me, you hurt me, that's it. And your spiritual energy, your actual fire energy is like, Leo, we know better. No, I don't. If I want to be disconnected, petty, and small, I'll do that. Thank you. No, I know you have reasons. And to your credit, you did say you tried working on this in the past. The effort, though, however, suggests to me you found it too hard. Perhaps the approach wasn't what we wanted it to be. Or the effort. I don't know. You're telling me that. Anyway, we've already addressed it. I know I go over and over the same thing. It's just my habit. Anyway, the thing is, the more we denied this as the King of Swords as your strength, the worse that sense of feeling a fight within you got. So it wasn't just an external fighting that you anticipated with that connection. It's the internal fighting you anticipated with yourself. The more you rejected trying to reapproach this, the worse the fighting in you got. The fight you had with yourself. It just made you more sad, upset, depressed, and feeling helpless to do anything with these. And this is what happens when we allow our mind to take over and handle this crap. Instead of our sense of temperance, instead of our sense of chariot, you know, you name it. Our higher selves, our more spiritual selves. Yeah, so you saw what the mind could do. So while your mind, I grant you, is very strong, and you have a very strong sense of will, I have no doubt. And how to navigate this particular situation, all it did was make you miserable. Okay, because it's not how you would do it, not the real you. All right? And that's it. That's all. That's it. Three of Wands is in your environment. What's going on there? Three of Wands. Show me that Three of Wands. Show me that Three of Wands. Show me that Three of Wands, please. Show me that Three of Wands. Show me that Three of Wands, please. King of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, the Magician. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, I love that. Okay, you're like, when the timing's right. Thank you. It's kind of like you're telling me that's what you always do in the end. I believe you. You're saying in the end, even if it takes time in your environment, you're saying you eventually do the right thing, whatever that means to you. You're saying you're used to taking action, you're used to being practical and level-headed, but for whatever reason, that big old strong mind and strong sense of will of yours approached this very differently than what you're accustomed to, and it challenged you in very different ways and difficult ways. But you're getting back in alignment with you in the overall sense. You're saying that you are manifesting your own sense of particular empowerment, loving yourself, being more nurturing and kind and understanding, and that you're doing a better job of taking action in your best interest. Yes, I completely agree with this. This is always a good thing. Do not forget to be mindful of yourself and what it is that you were still trying to achieve for you outside this situation. You know, you're otherwise a really excellent model for what stability is and knowing what the right thing to do is for you and in a situation. You say you otherwise pride yourself on that and that you're a good manifestation, and then that you also know how to back it up with the Knights of Swords. I know that you have the ability in you to take care of business, if you will. You know, even if it takes time, you say that you do it and you do it to the best of your ability. I completely agree with you. So I think it was just a matter of time before your higher self, your more engaged self, reapproached this. When time had passed, or you felt better about it, or you were kind of more willing to see your approach to tempering this, healing with it, whatever it is. I don't know if it's a kiss and makeup type situation. I just know that it's important to you as much as it frustrates you. And that's probably why it's important to you, because for some reason it just frustrates you in different ways. Like I said, Six of Cups is going to be different. It's going to hit different. Therefore, how you approach it's going to feel different. It's going to challenge you. But hopefully it's in the right ways. Okay? Even if the lesson is for you to get back in tune with yourself and to love yourself more, then that's still purpose served. Okay? Okay. Yeah, that's beautiful. Waiting for the timing to be right, but for the most part, knowing what it is that you need to do and taking pride in that. Okay? Really straightforward, that one was. Four Cups, hopes and fears. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to stay there too long. I just don't think we need to do that one, but just in case. Four Cups, you know, I saw it over here with the King of Swords and your strengths, and it's like the more you double down on that effort to ignore this or to not pacify it or try to turn around and fix it, it just reinforced what you were feeling, which was negative. Okay. So I just want to make sure I canvas that Four Cups well enough to understand the idea of upsetness and sadness. I kind of want to see what's at the root of your particular sadness, and it might help you in how you approach this. Okay. If you choose to connect with it and heal with it again. Okay. Justice, Ten of Wands, the Queen of Cups. There is a huge emotional component here, huge emotional component of something not being fair. And for either party or either person is what I was trying to say. You have a sense of not fairness, especially as it relates to your recent past with this individual. I tried to put work into this. I did. And I believe you. I don't dispute it. But you're saying straight out the gate the actual practical work was too hard and you didn't have much heart for it. It's not an accusation, so I'm giving you full credit for having tried, but your heart wasn't in it. It's like you're saying you didn't have the time to spare, or you didn't know how difficult it would be when you agreed to try to reignite this, to fix it. You didn't know that you would have to take so many steps back. Something like that. I'm not quite sure. But while you were excited for the opportunity, it was one you didn't have much space to devote to the repairs. And that's why your intuition was still whispering to you, there's more we could have done. But it's like ever since that repair got shot down or disengaged from, it really hit a sticking point with you. It's like, it's not good enough. It's not good enough, honey. It's just the right elements or tools were not put into this when you last tried to reapproach it. Because I'm glad I took that extra second here to clarify the Four Cups, because it kind of tells me the source of the issue and sensitivity on both sides. Emotional sensitivity. That's where the hard was coming from. Somebody, that Ten of Wands, it's too hard to put real work into this. You approached it with a Page of Cups. Somebody said, I expected more heart. Okay. I want to see strength of heart in this, not the strength of your enthusiasm, because they're not the same, right? There was more water needed here, more care of the heart was needed, I think. And then, honey, then we would have created some justice there. So while they might have an emotional sticking point, so do you. Why the time to work through this last time? There's a couple things going on in there. But it's like we felt it wasn't our best. But yeah, I can see where it still provokes sensitivity, because effort is still effort. And if it didn't go recognized, or it didn't go well, or it feels like I really thought I was doing X, Y, Z, and you didn't give me any feedback on that, or da-da-da. Okay, I can see where there's gonna be grievances on both sides. And that's why I'm telling you, your page at the very opening was not showing me the full story. It wasn't. It wasn't until we got to your developed King of Wands that you started showing me the full story of what could be. Okay? All right, let's keep cracking. We'll see that Tower, please. It's quite beautiful. I can see that you're otherwise someone who is very, very in tune with that sense of level-headedness, practicality. I get it done. Okay? Like, you know, I do things perhaps in my own time, in my own way, but I still get it done, right? These are points of pride to you. And sometimes best effort doesn't always match up or doesn't meet everybody's definition. And then there's the failure to communicate all that, because there's a lot of confusion and expectations and mental anguish about said, not said, done, not done. And all that tells me is that our same efforts weren't matching up and appreciated at the same time for either side. Okay? That's all I got. After all that, 31 minutes. Okay, let's see that Tower. Let's see that Tower. Oh, it's so dark now. Oh, wow. The sun came out for a wee bit, and now it's back away. Goodness, I don't know how it's going to affect the overall lighting. I have my extra lighting up today. I might be looking a little bit like Morticia Adams, the way it's landing on my face. But let me tell you, you would not believe it, guys. Cameras, they absorb so much light. A ton of light. You would not, it may not look like it because I know my camera is soft and shadowy. I like it for that reason. I like that. But all cameras absorb an F ton of light. You wouldn't believe how much it would take to light up one room for the camera. Not in real life. Your eyes, if you were here, if you were in my house right now, which would be weird, but if you were in my house right now, you'd be like, But on camera, you're like, it doesn't look that, no, it's not. It's like, seriously, that the camera has to be fed a lot of light. But I don't have one of the modern ones. That's why. Okay. Yes, boo-boo. Okay. This is a good tower. It is. It is. It is. Yes. Guess what's going to get completely overhauled? That sense of, I don't know what to do and I feel bad. That's all going to go away. Like a bad dream. Like a bad dream, it's all going to go away. The tower is going to completely obliterate the Five of Cups. We don't want that. Two of Pentacles, the confusion. And what we have here is a stronger sense of self as the King of Wands, specifically in you. Okay? Specifically in you. That sense of, I don't know what to do and I feel bad. Just overall. That nasty, garbagey feeling. It's going to get completely overhauled. Okay? And you're going to feel so righteous and upstanding. You're going to learn a lot about yourself in this process if you haven't already. I think many of you are in that point now where you're just now beginning to cross your bridge, okay, into maybe possibly opening up to the Chariot out of the moon. It's like literally taking your car, your fancy Chariot car, out of the garage, which is the moon, and saying, okay, I guess I always had this vehicle available to me, and I'll head towards Temperance. Okay, I'm going to put Temperance into the GPS. That's where we're going. Okay, I'm back in touch with my King of Wands. Okay, this feels pretty good. Okay, well, it feels a lot better than Mr. King of Swords over here, who is like, no, and you're going to like it. Because that's telling ourselves what to do to the point of bullying ourselves. To believe not engaging with this is somehow helping us, when in fact it's just making us feel worse. There's times when we shut things down and we know that's it, it's done, this is horrible, this is bad, this is toxic, it's abusive, or it's nowhere to go. It's like talking to a brick wall. If somebody refuses to change, blink, or show any movement that they're being impacted. You can't work with clay if it refuses to be worked with, right? But in this respect, it's not like that. It's like a willingness to reapproach it and see things from both sides. Okay, I know it's very elaborate today about the same subject. I just know that for some reason, this is really crossing your energy. I have no references to time. That's what's wild to me. Okay. I have no sense of time on this one. But it's highly concentrated in the Leo energy. Okay, so I just know that it's important to you. That's my point. Okay. 29. Oh, no messages. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was deliberate. I know. I refuse to speak with this because it's just going to make things worse, or I have nothing left to say. It pissed me off. I tried to work with them. I tried. Give me credit. I tried. The Leo I'm looking at knows how you two tried the last time. The efforts weren't in sync with what the needs were, I believe. Okay? For both sides. I know. There's been no messages. I know. And whoever female here, number 29 might be important. The red rose might be important. It's just confirmation of the general characteristics of what I'm seeing there. This is either you or the receiving party or the person who's in that soul bond with you. I know there's been no messages. No shit. I know. Your King of Swords is quite adamant about that. Fuck you. We're going to stay separated and we're going to like it. Fuck you. No. That was your mind going blah, blah, blah. Pride, ego, and we got hurt. Okay? They probably had something similar. Unexpected income. Oh, a gift, possibly, for the one that we desired here. Okay. Flowers. It could be a gift of flowers. Heavy concentration of flowers, but a sense of meaning, strong meaning attached to it. It's significant. This particular flower is highly desirable, but it has very limited access and it has a very strong scent attached to it. So we highly desire this, okay? And there's that Ace of Pentacles that was probably there. It was probably always there, our best effort. So I'm not saying it as unexpected income as, oh, you won the lottery. No, I'm seeing it as that offer that we could have done more. We intuitively know that, even though we try to suppress that thought at the same time. That one. That's what I'm referring to here. So a gift of sentimentality, flowers, richness, okay, to get someone's attention and win their favor, okay? All right, there's that. I know I'm breathing heavy. It's the humidity is so high. It's so high. Oh, it is so high right now. And then after the humidity alleviates, the sun comes out, boom, it's pollen time. You're like, Christina, it's too early for pollen. Nay, nay, not when you live in Central Texas. Pollen is year-round. Super fun. All right. The pearl in reverse, the hidden gem. Well, we couldn't see something for what it is. Not right now. There's a pearl of wisdom in here. The situation in of itself is a pearl. It's a gem. It's meant to enrich you both, but we can't quite see that, not right now. The anchor, stability, sense of security is on the sideways. Is this a secure thing or not a secure thing? You will both find that out sooner rather than later. And there it is again. Many, many, many. I'm seeing it as that coin, coin, coin. Opportunity, opportunity, opportunity. Or it could be a very advantageous connection as well. There's that too. Prosperous or profitable in its own right, or is successful for you both in some way to participate. Leo, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments as you see fit. Take care. Be well.